Welcome to the video today, and this video is going to talk about the top 10 careers that pay six figures that you can get with just a bachelor degree. So getting a six-figure income job with a bachelor degree has become more and more rare. So a lot of times you need a master's degree to get a six-figure level job, but you can still get six-figure jobs with a bachelor degree. Some of these won't quite be starting, but most of them will be six-figure starting. So I will go over this list. I'll probably spend about 2 minutes or less on each of them as I try to keep my videos usually around 20 minutes or less, although not always the greatest with that. So I hope this information, I hope this video can be beneficial to you in some kind of way. If you're looking for a job, if you're young or even older, if you're looking for a job to career pivot or even your first job, and you want to make comfortable money, if you want to make a six-figure salary, and in this economy, six figures is obviously very, very useful. You know, you have inflation, you have very expensive states out there like California and New York, and just expensive areas everywhere. The United States is getting more and more expensive. Plus, this video can help you out in other countries as well. So hopefully we can help you guys out and get you a good high-paying job. And I'll show you which bachelor degree you need for which of these jobs as well. So let's get into number 10 right now. So number 10 is network engineer, and usually this is not starting six figures, but very close to it. Probably should start off for around 90,000 depending on the area. And after a few years, this should be a six-figure job. Like your second job, for example, if you work a couple years, you go to a second job, your starting salary with a few years experience should definitely be 100,000, you know, maybe even up to 120, 125,000, especially if you work for a FANG company. So network engineer is a pretty good job, and you can get this bachelor degree, either network engineering or computer science. I mean, any tech bachelor degree will work. They just want to see some kind of tech bachelor degree, and that goes for most of the tech jobs. But if you really want to learn network engineering, Western Governors University does have a bachelor's in network engineering, which will teach you everything you need to do on the job. And a bachelor's in network engineering looks really good on your resume if you want to work network engineering for a majority of your life. So I will link down in the description a bunch of degrees you can do, including network engineering and computer science, and how you can complete those degrees in a year or less, a full-fledged bachelor degree in 1 year or less. So take a look at that in the description and the pinned comment. So network engineer, like I said, very good job. Obviously, you'll be dealing with networking. You know, you'll be going through that college degree. You'll be learning a lot of networking classes, a lot of relevant courses for your degree. You can also get this job with a computer science degree, and I would venture most people in this field have a computer science bachelor's degree. And that's because network engineering degrees are not really mostly a thing. It's a very niche degree at WGU, but it's still a great degree at WGU. So if you want the degree most people have, you can do the computer science degree also from WGU or Thomas Edison, or you can do the network engineering degree at WGU as well, if you want to be like really competent at your job and already know the skills going into it. Number 9 is financial analyst, and this one usually doesn't start at six figures either, unless it's like a really big company, although sometimes it can. I would say this one probably starts in the 90s as well. And financial analyst, it's not a job you can always get with a bachelor degree, but like I said, a lot of times a bachelor degree in finance will get this career. And it doesn't have to be a bachelor degree in finance. You can basically have almost any bachelor degree, business degree, or tech degree and still get a financial analyst job. Although if you don't have a finance degree, you'll probably have to prove your skills in some other way. So, you know, maybe some experience or something like that. So financial analyst is a great job. You know, you can work for a big bank. Obviously, it's, as it sounds, financial analysis. So if working with tech is not really your thing, then this is a great substitute if you want to work in the finance world. Number 8 is chemical engineering. And for this one, it's exactly how it sounds. You'll be working with chemicals. You'll be doing chemical engineering. And for this one, you will need a Bachelor of Science in Chemical Engineering, which most schools won't have. You'll have to go to like a big school that has it. And with going to a big school, you'll probably be going very much in debt. Like you probably won't find a chemical engineering bachelor degree that's under $50,000, $60,000, I would assume. Maybe there is one out there. Maybe I can try to find one for you guys. But chemical engineering, you'll probably have to find a big school. I'm not sure many online schools will have this one either. So you'll have to get a chemical engineering bachelor degree. It's a great career that has plenty of growth, great salary. It starts at 108,000 on average. Senior level with over 10 years experience can make over 200,000. It's a really great job. Personally, I don't like working with chemicals. I'm very anti-chemicals, but if that doesn't bother you and you think this is for you, then explore it a little further. Chemical engineering. Number 7 here, guys, is product manager. This is a job I've talked about a lot. I have not made an official video on it yet, but I will pretty soon. So that'll be one of my probably next 5 videos. I will release a video on what product management is, what kind of degree you need for it, what are the salary prospects. I'll make a whole entire video on it. And what are some easier paths, like once you have a bachelor degree, what are some additional things you can learn? What are some additional things you can do to basically become a product manager? So I'll have all that information in a different video. Product manager is usually a tech company, not all of them, but it's usually a tech company. Sometimes you need to know software engineering already. A lot of software engineers become product managers. A lot of product managers have a tech degree, actually. I'd venture to say most of them do have a tech degree. Some have a business degree, but it's easier to get into if you have a tech degree. So a lot of these product managers are software engineers that don't want to code anymore, or maybe they become a product manager instantly as well. So like you said, you think a business degree might work better for this, but most of the time they look for a tech bachelor degree to hire you, although not always. And then a great combination, like if you've never worked any job that's product management or tech, you're trying to break into either field, a lot of times you'll see big FANG companies. If you have like a tech bachelor's, a computer science or software engineering or any kind of tech bachelor's with an MBA master's, a lot of these tech companies will hire that as a product manager right from the get-go, no experience. It's one of the last jobs that's 6 figures that'll get you in with like no experience. But you can still get this job with just a bachelor's degree, preferably a tech bachelor's degree. A lot of times you need some kind of experience, either business experience or you need some kind of like tech software engineering experience. One or the other, preferably the tech experience, but either or. So I would just apply. Like I said, I'll have a different video that goes over this in the future. So if you're interested in product management, stay tuned. I will have more information on it. 6 is airline pilot, and not every country in the world will make you have a bachelor degree for this. I believe in America, for the most part, you'll need a bachelor degree, and your bachelor degree can be in any field. It's one of those careers that the major doesn't matter at all, really. Although there are specialized bachelor degrees out there that will help you fast track becoming a pilot. So once you get a bachelor degree of any kind, you'll basically go to pilot's training, be sponsored by a company or whatever, and you'll be on your way to becoming a pilot. So you just need basically any degree. If you think a pilot is something you want to do, obviously probably a very stressful job. You're responsible for many, many lives. But if you've always thought of yourself as becoming a pilot, you've always seen yourself in that cockpit, then go for it. Go for your dream. It's a very good job, a very high salary job. On average, this job starts at $139,000. And obviously, if you have like 5 to 10 years experience, it'll be much more than that. I'm sure the top pilots out there probably make, I would assume, $250,000, somewhere in that ballpark range. So it's a very lucrative job, very good starting prospects. So if you want to be an airline pilot, it's number 6 on this list. Number 5 on this list, guys, is security analyst. This is not really an entry-level job, but you can get this job with just a bachelor degree. Any tech bachelor degree should get you it, but if you want to really increase your chances, you'd want a bachelor degree in cybersecurity, which will prepare you for this job, or you'd have a bachelor degree in computer science or a bachelor degree in information technology. Now, if you're asking me what degree has the most security analysts, I'd probably say information technology, because it's the degree that has been around the longest for this type of job. Cybersecurity is still kind of a new degree, so you'll see a lot more security analysts with an information technology degree, and some hiring managers still look for that degree over a cybersecurity degree. However, yes, a cybersecurity degree will prepare you much better than either of the other tech degrees. So if you want to be like fully prepared for your job, then I would recommend a cybersecurity degree. But if you want a more known degree, then I would go with the information technology degree. And then obviously computer science or even software engineering can still get you these types of jobs as well. If you add the certs, all the security certs on top of it, get your security plus, get your other certs, and just learn some information, do some self-learning. And you can still become a security analyst with a lot of these different tech degrees. Once again, it's not an entry-level job most of the time. So unless you do a lot of networking, a lot of strategy, but for the most part, you'll have to take like some kind of lower IT job, lots of like lower type of IT roles out there. Get a couple years IT experience, and then maybe try to start applying for security analysts or junior security analysts, like something like that. And hopefully you can eventually break into it. But this one is really hard to get into with no experience, especially no tech experience. So like I said, do a lower IT role, try to get yourself into security analysts. I know a lot of you that watch my videos are into cybersecurity. I'd probably say like a third of the people that watch my videos are cybersecurity majors. So if this is right up your alley, like I said, cybersecurity degree will prepare you the most. Information technology degree probably holds the most security analyst jobs. 4 here is cloud engineering. Once again, not quite an entry-level job, but you can get something called a cloud support engineer as your first job, or take a lower IT role, and you can get a cloud engineering role after like a couple years experience. A cloud engineer is something you can definitely get with a bachelor degree. You do not need a master's degree by any stretch of the imagination. You just need a bachelor degree and some of the cloud certs. Either pick AWS or pick Azure. There's not that much jobs with Google Cloud, which is the third cloud service. So you want to focus on AWS or Azure. Don't focus on both because either job you work with is going to focus on one or the other. So you kind of want to sharpen your skills for one of the other, and then look for jobs. Like look at each job description and see if it's going to use AWS or Azure, and then apply for whatever your skill set is. If you decide to learn AWS, look up AWS cloud engineer jobs. And this is a job that starts at over 100,000. Usually cloud engineering starts like 120, 125 a lot of the times. It's got good job growth. The field is growing and growing. So like I said, cloud engineering is a great career. It's like a subset of information technology. A lot of these degrees and careers that I talk about are a subset of information technology, including cloud engineering, security work, etc. But WGU, a school I talk about a lot, Western Governors University, kind of has their own subset of all of these fields, all of their own degrees. There's a cloud degree at WGU, cloud computing, which will teach you all the skills you need to know about cloud engineering. And it comes with all the certs you need as well. So instead of doing all the certs individually, you can take the classes at WGU, get the certs. It'll give you all the information to pass the certs. And then you can be well on your way after graduating that degree and having the certs to becoming a cloud engineer. Once again, if that's something that interests you, you can go to my website, majormash.com, which talks about college majors and talks about how you can get a degree fast in one of these tech disciplines. You can get a degree in 12 months or less in a lot of these different tech degrees. 3 on this list is registered nursing. I just made a registered nurse video like not too long ago if you check my channel, which goes over how to become a registered nurse fast, what degree you need, what you can kind of expect on the job, etc. So registered nurse is a great career. This will start over 100,000, probably a lot of states, but definitely in California, New York, Texas, etc. There might be some states where it's still starting at like 90,000, but for the most part, this is a 100,000 starting job, a $100,000 career. And the great thing about registered nursing is you do get a lot of salary increases. Every couple of years, you'll increase your salary even without moving jobs. Like in tech, the tech industry, how you raise your career, how you raise your salary is by switching jobs. So there's no like, there's not that many raises usually. How you get a good bump in pay in the tech industry is switching your job every couple of years to a different company. And that'll come with a big boost because you have experience. Nursing's a little different. Healthcare is a little different. You'll get raises staying at the same job if you want to stay at the same job. Although I don't personally recommend staying at the same job because to really sharpen your skills, you got to explore different jobs, different hospitals, etc. In my opinion, registered nursing, you can make over 200,000 after 5 years if you're at like a big hospital. And you can make over 300,000 if you're a travel RN. So if you got a couple years experience and you want to go travel nursing, you can make over 300,000 with like the stipend and all of that. So, very lucrative career with just a bachelor degree. You can make even more with a master's, but with a bachelor degree, it's one of the most valuable bachelor degrees you can get. It's a Bachelor of Science in Nursing. WGU also has a Bachelor of Science in Nursing, and you can hack that degree too. A normal Bachelor of Science in Nursing takes 4 years at a normal school. At WGU, it takes 2.5 years with my method of using ACE credit courses that you can do in a few days each. And that eliminates your prereqs in like under 5 months. So you can get the whole degree done in 2.5 years, maybe like 2.6 years, instead of the normal traditional 4 years. And that's one of the great things about WGU. Number 2, guys, is computer hardware engineer. And there's a lot of different types of hardware engineer. Your job is probably not going to be called computer hardware engineer. This is just kind of like a basic title for a lot of different types of hardware engineering, a lot of different types of electrical engineering. Basically, you could be working on computers, you could be building stuff, some kind of electric components. You can be building computers, working on computers, building some kind of electronic device. There's a lot of different things you could be doing with hardware engineering, aka electrical engineering. The degree you would need for this is a Bachelor of Science in Electrical Engineering, and which is a phenomenal bachelor degree. It's in my top 5 or 6 bachelor degrees if you look on my website. Usually this is only an in-person bachelor degree though. Not many online schools have this because it's a lot of hands-on work. I think University of Arizona does have an online electrical engineering degree. And basically they'll send you stuff like stuff in the mail where you have a lab and you have to work on electronics. So it is online, but at the same time, there's a lot of hands-on work. You would imagine you can't really learn electrical engineering without hands-on work. So a lot of hands-on, more of an in-person major, but a great major. And a lot of electrical engineers still become software engineers too. So if you want to work in the tech industry, this is still a degree. If you self-learn, you can still venture into software engineering and tech. Number 1 on this list, probably not a surprise to anybody. I talk about software engineering a lot. I talk about computer science and software engineering degrees a lot. So number 1, software engineer. A lot of job openings, still growing field. Yes, in a bit of a bear market currently. I expect that to change. If you actually look throughout the history of software engineers and basically any job in general and any economy in general, there's always booms and there's always bear markets, right? So we will go into a hiring boom again eventually. If you actually look like 15, 16 years ago, there was also a bear market in this same industry. So, a lot of people view a bear market for the first time. They're like, oh, this is the end. This is the end of the road. Like, no, everything goes in cycles, just like the housing market, right? Anytime, a lot of homeowners won't want to hear this, right? But a lot of times the house's prices will go up and up and up. And then you start to think, oh, it's never going to go down again. Everything in life is a cycle. The housing market has gone crazy up, crazy down since the very early 1900s, okay? You cannot defeat history. What goes up must come down. What goes down must go up. So eventually there will be a hiring spree again, and you can still get a software engineering job right now as well. It's just like you have to apply more, put more effort into it, put a cover letter, put a couple projects that you did in school on your GitHub or put them on your resume. Obviously, it's just a little harder work, but you can absolutely still get a software engineer job if you have no experience. Absolutely, still 100% obtainable. And I will have more methods on how to do that. I'm actually coming out with a website which will show you, will increase your chances of getting a software engineer job, help you, give you some advice, show you some skills you can learn, some things you can add to your resume, etc. So be on the lookout for that website. I really want to launch it in the next month or so. I've been working on it for a long time. So anyways, software engineering, most states you'll probably be starting a little over $100,000 as your first job. Unless you do take like a junior position, some of you might take a junior position, then sometimes you're only making like $70,000, but you don't want to stay in a junior position more than like a year. But a lot of times you can skip the junior level and start out right as a software engineer, just apply, take a small company if you need to. And a lot of times you will start off like slightly over $100,000. And if you start out at FANG, like if you somehow got into FANG right away, which is Amazon, Facebook, etc., they will start you off like 160, 170 right away. And 10 years experience at those big companies, a lot of them make like $450,000 a year. Obviously, that's very hard to make it that far in those companies. But like I said, there are people that have been working, like 10 years at Google or Facebook, and they are making like over $400,000 a year, which is great money. Obviously, though, if you're working in person at those companies, those areas are very expensive to live in, $1 million houses, etc. But at the same time, if you're making $400,000 a year, your life is going to be very comfortable. And one of the points of this video is to show you guys careers that you just need with a bachelor degree so you can have a comfortable life. I'm not saying go live some extravagant lifestyle. That's not what this video is about. I want you guys to live comfortable. I'm sure some of you older, 25 plus, and especially 30 plus, I'm in my mid 30s myself. I'm sure you guys know that not making enough money is stressful, very, very stressful. There might be somebody that's watching this video who's 18 or 20 or 23, and maybe they haven't experienced the deep struggle and stressors of life, of not having a comfortable income. They might think 50, 60, 70,000 sounds like the most awesome thing in the world. And at the time, at being that young, maybe it is. But you'll slowly learn that sometimes that income is not enough. We're in an economy right now that 6 figures is very useful, and you want to live a comfortable life. And you don't want your kids to have a childhood where, you're always struggling, So guys, these are the top 10 jobs. I want you guys to live a comfortable life. I want you guys to make 6 figures. If you have any questions, feel free to ask in the comment section, and I will do my best to answer them. Also, if I helped you at all, please like, subscribe, or comment one of the 3 or all 3. When you do one of those 3 things, it sends the video to more people, and more people discover my channel, which has been working great lately. So I thank you guys so much for doing that. So just know each comment you make, somebody new views my video. Each time you like my video, somebody new sees my video. It's like you're referring me without doing any actual work, and I really appreciate that. So if you think I deserve that, if you think this channel should grow at all, it would mean a lot to me. So thank you guys very much for that. Like I said, hopefully I'll have that website coming out in the next month, and hopefully I'll have a product management video coming out pretty soon as well. So if product management interests you, if you want to get a tech degree and don't actually want to code for very long, maybe product management is right up your alley. So pretty cool job. So anyways, guys, I hope you had a great time watching my video. I hope you have a great day. Thank you very, very much. I appreciate you.